Hi, friend.
So,
Hi, friend.
hi, friends. Sorry, that one really made me laugh because I forgot to tell you a story in the last one, like the last time we did this.
I forgot to tell you something last time we did this too.
So I'm laughing because my parents were like low key joking and making fun of us, not like in a bad way, but like just they were.
NG.
I walked in to have a conversation with them, like they said in a little space, and something came up with you. I don't remember exactly what it was. I don't know if it was like we had scheduled something and we talked about it. But when I walked in, they were like, they both like stopped. They looked at each other and they looked at each other and they went, "Hi, friend, hi, friends," and like they were literally like, making fun of our group. And I said, "Stop it. That's our thing."
That's our thing.
Thing.
Now they're going to hear about it. NG. I'm heartbroken.
But that just means they're watching our episodes.
That's true.
So, well, my mom is definitely watching our episodes. She just shows.
Are you guys still watching the show together?
We are. So we just finished season 4. So this weekend we're gonna start season 5, episode 1. So the time jump. So I'm excited to get into that now because
See how they feel about it.
well, yeah, because my dad's really been loving the first 4 seasons and it had a lot with sports. So that's why I'm like, as the later seasons go on, there's like less sports going on. But I think he's invested enough in these characters, but I have a feeling he's gonna feel about the 7 through 9 kind of like how I'm starting to feel rewatching it now. Yeah, I don't think he's gonna like it. I think he'll be okay with it, like, end of season 6, but then, like, 7 and 8, I think we're gonna
But at that point, you're already committed, Don.
yes, he's already committed, so we'll definitely have to finish, so, yeah.
Already committed at that point.
But, yeah, no, it's been fun rewatching it with him, and I love seeing his reactions when he's just like, "Will they just get together already? Will someone kill Dan already?" Like, he just keeps saying that's all he said. "Someone just killed him already?" I'm like,
You just wait. Just wait.
And then my mom, though, I get mad with her because she likes to talk during episodes.
You're missing it.
You're missing it. He's missing it. And then, like, I get mad.
Hold your questions till the end.
Yeah, because she's already watched it with me, but she has a horrible memory. So she's just like, wait, but doesn't he do this? And then doesn't he do that? I'm like, you are literally ruining this. Stop it. Because what you're asking,
you're breaking the experience.
is going to give away the more natural reaction of like the shock of when things happen. So I'm like, stop talking. I love it though. It's fun.
I'm trying to decide if I'm going to tell you what I didn't tell you in the last one or if I need to save it for an episode.
No, you need to tell me now. Now I need.
Oh, I was going to talk about the script.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, for our listeners, for Christmas, my wonderful, sweet husband, like, he ordered it, came to the house, and it came in a box, and it was fragile. And he was like, "Your present, blah, blah, blah," really hyping it up. And I'm like, what is it? What could it possibly be? I said I don't want anything. I don't need anything. And so I opened it, and it was like a book. And so I was like, what book would you have possibly gotten me? And it was a signed, authenticated copy of the One Tree Hill pilot script signed by Miss Hilary Burton Morgan herself.
Amazing. Best gift ever.
Literally the best gift ever. And then I was like, I texted my brother about it. And he was like, what did you get Ryan? And so I told him, I was like, well, I got him a pair of shoes. He goes, cool. So not nearly as cool as this script. I was like, I have to find more presents for you. It's so cool. And like literally the night that he gave it to me, I was texting you. I sat and watched. I was very tired. So I only made it halfway through the episode. Script in hand, pilot episode playing, following along.
Like,
okay.
We should just do a live episode. Not like this where I can edit it later. I think
but a live episode?
Yeah, either that or just like go on social media and like do a live and just like do that and see what happens.
Okay.
And see if anyone tunes in and watches it with us and just have a natural reaction, like with your script, with watching the pilot.
Okay.
Let's do that. I want to do that.
But it's so cool. It's so cool. It's still in its sealed envelopes. I'm like, I don't want anything to ruin it. I don't want anything to ruin it.
That's awesome.
And
We get Hillary Burton Morgan on the show. Can someone please pass this along to her?
I would die. I don't think I would be able to handle it.
Can she tune into our live?
I don't think I could handle that. Her and Sophia Bush, I think.
Yeah.
But
I think with them, I would have that sort of reaction. And Jane Flaherty. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
I'd have.
I would have that reaction with any of them.
Yeah, I mean, it would be cool. Yes, it would be cool to like.
Did I tell you what Amber got me for our wedding?
No.
Amber, my friend, my sweet friend Amber, also, we were on our honeymoon, and she sent Ryan a link. She didn't send it to me because she wanted Ryan to send it to me so he could record me watching it. And she did the cameo experiences, and it's Skills saying congratulations to us for our wedding and giving us blessings and all of the sweet stuff. I don't know.
How did you not tell me this?
I don't know. I could have sworn I did.
Just some cool things. These are cool things.
Yeah, so she sent that to me for Skills. So
yeah, like I said, like any character from the show just acknowledging us in general would be awesome. But I think I would if
die.
it was Sophia Bush or Hillary Burton Morgan.
I would die so much. My boss went to New York to visit his kids, and he was telling us about all the things that he was going to do. And he was like, oh, we're going to go to this candy store. It's called like Samuel's Sweet Shop. I was like,
oh, yeah, you mentioned that before.
Samuel's Sweet Shop, like the one that Hillary Burton Morgan and Paul Rudd own? He goes, I have no idea what you're talking about. So like I sent him all of the things, and I was like, if you go, and I sent him a picture of Hillary Burton Morgan. I was like, if you see this woman, your only job is to get a video with her saying hello to me. It's your only job.
I think that's what bothers me too about certain things sometimes. Like when people go to like popular places or things that like we know actors or musicians or things that are involved in these projects. And like some people are just going because it's like it's a hype, it's a big thing, but like they have no idea the history or who's behind it. And it's like that drives me nuts. It's like know your stuff, people. Like
it's this really cool candy shop that the kids know about. Oh my gosh. And and I even told them the history of like how she came to own Samuel's Sweet Shop and like the community that they lived in, and the old man that passed away and the community rallied around. But I like told him the whole entire thing. He goes, okay. I was like, so again, if you see this woman, please tell her she is a goddess.
If he saw her and he still didn't recognize the picture of what you.
I mean, I showed him a current picture. I wasn't like, here's Peyton from the pilot episode. That's true.
Not done up like how they are in pictures, and she seems like she would be very like laid back, like if she were just out and about, just.
Yeah, she'd probably have on a basketball hat.
Or like, yeah, like a hat, like her hair maybe up and with a hat. Like, I don't know. I just picture her being more.
I wouldn't even know what to do. I adore her as a human. Anyway, so there's that. And then we haven't even talked about, also for our listeners, I went and did the Gilmore Girl experience. Super cool. Very well done.
That's exciting.
We got to see Scott Patterson.
Oh, nice.
And Mrs. Kim. I can't remember the actual actress's name.
I do still plan on, when I have the time, whenever, I will give it a shot.
It's great. I love it.
Because then might be something.
Yeah.
As just watching you.
There's like a couple Gilmore Girl podcasts where like two sets of friends sit and like talk about the show. And same thing, it has, 8, 9 seasons. So there's lots of content.
I agree.
So.
As I see things, probably because you bring it up to me all the time. I always think Big Brother's watching and listening, whatever. The technology. So like anytime I talk about something with somebody, boom, it's on my phone like an hour later. So yes. I do see that stuff next time because you talk about it.
Yes. But if our listeners ever have a chance to go to Holidays Made here at Warner Brothers Studios.
I feel like I just burped and I tried to hear.
I didn't hear it.
But I feel like whatever. I'm fine with it.
It's fine. Women burp. It's okay.
No, I know. It's just. I'm laughing a lot.
What's in your cup?
No.
Are you sure? Smell test.
There's nothing in there.
Peaches. It smells like peaches. bitches, which sounds like bitches.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
Season 8.
We are here. Season 8.
Season 8. I feel like this is going to be a continuing thread. You should talk about your highs and your lows because I have nothing to contribute. I mean, I have thoughts.
Very detailed.
I usually am.
Well, I will say season 8 was probably like my shortest amount of notes I've ever written.
Well, because I also feel
A lot of it was like bleeding still from season 7. And it was like, it felt like it was kind of, yes, it introduced some new things, but it was also kind of tying up some of those
some of the
storylines
loose ends.
that kind of got lingered over into the new season. So I don't know. It was, the show is so funny like that. Because how many episodes have we done now where we're like, wait, did that happen in that season or was it that season? Like we've done that multiple times. So yeah.
I will talk about a high.
Okay.
Because I have one on mind.
Yeah.
Brooke going to see Victoria and setting her boundary and being like, that is the last time that you will ever call me stupid.
Yes. I did not write that down, but I remember that moment.
I literally just looked up that clip the other day because I needed that
It
energy.
was so good. I agree.
That was good.
That was a great high for Brooke. Brooke was back on her like
Brooke
boss
game.
behavior.
Yes.
Which I was like, yes.
Yes.
The old Brooke is back.
Did you like Julian's mom?
I will say I did. I kind of did. It is in a way where like I feel like it was needed. I feel like that energy, the energy she brought to the character. I mean, she was annoying, obviously. Clearly, he's a mama's boy. Like it was very overbearing, like too much. I get that. Like that, I did not like, but I just felt like her energy and who she is as an actress. I thought she brought something different to the show, and it was a fun dynamic. I thought.
The only thing that Sylvia did that I didn't like was inviting Victoria to Thanksgiving.
Yes.
Homegirl, mind your business.
Understand where she was coming from, but yes, not her place to do so. So yeah, I will agree with that. That was definitely a low for sure.
I also loved the Thanksgiving episode.
Same. I wrote that. I was like, I love the Thanksgiving episode.
Yes.
And right for it, I said, love Julian's mom being around. So I was like, which is what we literally covered. Real quick, because that kind of ties into the storyline with Brooke and her mother and why she even had to have that conversation, boundaries again. And we briefly touched on it in the last episode with the recap of 7 was with Millie knowing about
the scandal and the forgery,
the money and everything and going along with it. I'm like, when would Millie have ever gone along with that?
Yeah, when would Millie have ever gone along with Victoria? And I feel like we talked about this too, as far as the business is concerned. Like, why would you ever take that risk? I feel like you and I talked about Victoria would have been smart. Maybe it was because I was listening to the podcast. I think Robert Buckley talks about it. Like, that just wasn't a smart business decision. Yeah. But maybe those deals happen all the time of like, we needed the money. I know that, she turns the straw into gold. It's going to be a hit. So I'm just going to.
Yeah, I think
fudge.
Victoria was in over her head where like I think she thought they were going to come out on the other side. So she didn't want to alarm Brooke in what she was doing. So I think what they were doing, their hearts were in the right place. Their minds were not in the right place.
Yes.
So yeah, I think that's just where that was. But I'm gonna move on to a different person because we didn't talk about her a lot. I don't even know if she was in season 7 that often, but I did not like Mia coming back.
Yeah.
I didn't like it. I didn't like how she was acting. I didn't like how she handled the breakup with Chase. It was very juvenile. Like
she comes back. She is in 7 because she comes back to help Haley because she tells Miranda,
yes,
you don't have a record without
very
me.
Brief in 7.
Yes.
She wasn't season 8. She came back.
She came back because then she has this whole entire rift with Alex.
Well, she was helping Haley run the records because Haley was going through everything she was going through, then with pregnancy. We'll get into that. But
yep.
But yeah, so I didn't like Mina coming back. I love Kate Vogel, love her as a musician, but I don't know. She just felt off in the season. I didn't like it. I didn't like it.
She was too territorial for somebody she broke up with.
Yes, I agree. But she's gorgeous. Dropped it. I did not like them bringing all the cover versions back of I Don't Want to Be. Some of
Oh my gosh,
awful.
yes, I hated that. What are we doing?
Was-
Why would you mess with such an iconic song?
Yeah. I liked, like I said, I think what they should have done was use it only on a few episodes. They did it for like pretty much all
of them.
And I was like, well, we got used to not hearing it the last few seasons. So I feel like maybe just put it into like a few episodes, maybe like
Yeah.
the more important ones or something. Use the Gavin DeGraw one. Maybe use some of the artists that have been on the show. Like use a Grubbs, use Haley, use Kate Vogel, use Chris Keller. Like I think I would have preferred that over like all the, like there was one that Fall Out Boy did, and I was like, this sounds awful. And I love Fall Out Boy. I love them. But like
I did not like that either.
the version they did was awful. I was like, this is horrible. This is yeah, it was not good. Even is it Erin who comes in this season?
Mm-hmm.
Even her, like her voice is great. I did write her as a low as like I didn't care for her. I didn't care for her storyline.
They didn't expand on her character at all. You came in and you knew that she had a tumultuous relationship with her family.
Yeah, like I feel like they could have introduced her maybe sooner in the season, had that developed longer. It was kind of just like it happened for a few episodes and then she
Haley's been talking to this girl in the crisis center and then she meets her in the club because she could sing.
So
you're like,
everything in 8 felt rushed. So
everything in 8 felt kitschy.
Yes. It felt kitschy, it felt rushed, and it felt like we don't know if we're gonna have another season. So like let's try to make this dramatic, but then also tie everything together at the same time. And so there was moments that I liked, but then there was also moments that I didn't. It was just a very mid-season.
Hurricane episode is up there though. That was a great episode.
Yes, the hurricane episode was
Quinn going to Dan, dumb.
Yeah.
But the hurricane episode.
Yes. The storm. I wrote that.
Storm the storm
was great.
Superhero episode, not great.
Hated it. Yep, I wrote that. That was my last low. That was all my lows. I got
and teacher, August Kellerman, Colin Kellerman debacle. Hated it.
Yeah, I did write, because I know I said this in the last episode about One Tree Hill always did a really good job of bringing in like a fun episode every season that like kind of made us forget about the drama, but was still relevant to the storyline, made us feel good, whatever. But they also had, I felt like in almost every season, a nonsense episode. They always had 1 to 2 episodes where I was like, we didn't need that episode. That was the superhero episode. So
not the Puerto Rico episode.
Oh yeah, that too. That's what I said. 1 to 2 episodes.
Okay.
So, yeah, you're right. So Puerto Rico too. That was a nonsense episode as well. So I never understood why they did those. Maybe they needed fillers. I don't know, to get a full season. I don't really know. It was very odd.
Oh, not Colony.
But I feel like every season had something like that. Some made sense, some didn't. That's fine. Those are all my lows. I didn't have a lot because, like I said, season 8 was all over the place. I almost didn't even know how to write my notes.
I mean, yeah, and looking at this, I was like, oh, dang, we start off with Clay and Quinn not knowing if they're going to make it. They recover, to being introduced to Sylvia, to Brooke losing her company, to the wedding, to the storm episode and Brooke almost dying. Yeah. Spoiler. And August Kellerman. The Bachelorette Party episode is probably my favorite episode from this season.
That was a fun episode.
I love that episode.
There's always that one fun episode that ties in. It's great. And then there's the 1 or 2 nonsense. So they always throw those in there. 1 always works. 1 to 2 always don't work. That's how but yes, the Bachelorette episode I had down.
I also didn't like in the Bachelorette episode, Sylvia says, she's like, I never cared much for Peyton. Like, okay, we know that she left and you didn't get to be with her and be creepy and weird, but like, you don't have to dog her. Like, well, I never cared for Peyton. I never.
Well,
okay.
Again, I feel like this was a way for the producer
to dig at her.
Digs at her. Because even like Brooke had that moment with Haley of like, she's not coming to the wedding, which again, I think everyone was like, well, we thought it was weird, but we all knew it wasn't going to happen because she wasn't going to come back and do the show. We all knew that. But I feel like there should have been some sort of acknowledgement of like, she got a letter from Peyton or something. That she did, or
not just her telling Haley like, Sawyer's sick.
Yeah.
Okay.
weird. Like,
Where's
weird
Lucas
excuse.
then?
Yeah, like it's just I don't.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I felt like that could have been explained a little bit better.
Agreed.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of lows, but I feel like maybe some of these will also bring up some lows because, like I said, there was highs and lows and like everything throughout the season. So I did like Haley writing and talking to Lucas. I kind of liked that
Yeah, the
for
letters.
this season. Yeah. Um,
And that's just a part of her overarching, like, story of, like, healing and trying to, like, get back to herself, so I didn't mind that.
yeah. So I really enjoyed that. I really liked when Alex and Chase got together. I thought it was great.
I thought they were super cute.
Yeah.
Friggin' Chase, you lied to me. Bro, I said that the last time with him and Brooke and him being upset about it. Get off of your moral high horse.
Yes.
You are ridiculous. And regardless of whether or not why Alex asked to be the bartender, whether to spend time with him or to do stuff about the movie, like for that to always be his like line in this, you're never gonna be with anybody then.
But also she they weren't together yet when she took that bartending thing. Isn't that when they started to spend more time together, or were they already hooking up? I can't remember now. I literally
They had like gone on a date or two and then she decided to help out. And he thought that it was so she could get close to like get to know him, but it turns out she was just getting stuff for her movie.
Well, maybe
It's not like she went after you because you were a bartender.
here's the thing. Maybe she did want to get to know
Yeah.
and still learn something that she needed to learn to take this new movie role. And again, these are their jobs
Right.
to take movie roles. To leave.
I can't. That's my like biggest thing with Chase is that you lied to me about it.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah.
Bro.
Clearly, that is always a reoccurring theme with all the characters, though, about the lying. And I get it. Lying is a bad thing, and you shouldn't be lying to the people that you care about and things like that. But the way it's written, clearly, the producer, writer, whatever of the show, he doesn't like to be lied to. But you can see where that comes from. It's clearly coming from him. You know what I mean?
That's a good point.
So these characters are being written by him and created by him. So it's like, I get it. That's why they all have issues with the lie. Insane. But yes, I did like Alex and Chase together. I thought they were really cute together. I wrote that I was glad Millie and Mel found their way back to each other because I did want them to be together. But I want to now turn that slightly into a low because I like what you said in the last episode that we talked about in season 7, where it was like when Millie got better, she wasn't the same Millie.
Yeah.
But also, I don't think Mouth was the same Mouth either. I think they both had changed. But I liked that they got back together, but then there was something still off about it because it didn't, something still felt off with them. And I don't know what it was. I liked them together, but something just didn't feel right.
It just felt like that was the easy thing to like write in is that they like end together or, she really wants to be with him.
Maybe it just felt too comfortable. It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Of course they're going to be together. Like, what else is there?
I mean, not to go backwards, but into season 7, I hated Mouth and Lauren.
Same. Actually, I think I forgot to mention that because
I hated that.
When they finally kissed and then Skills walked in, I was like, regardless, yes, Skills maybe wasn't keeping in touch and that's on him. But like to get with your boy's girl, like you're one of your best friends from childhood, no, bro code.
Well, also, I think they also talk about this on the podcast. It was never clear that Lauren and Mouth were broken up. I think she mentions it at one point.
Lauren and Skills.
Lauren and Skills, yes.
Okay.
What did I say?
You said Lauren and Mouth.
Oh, okay.
I think you did.
I don't know.
Okay.
But I feel like that was never mentioned, just that they had like grown apart. But then when they do get to, she's like, I don't want you to be my rebound. But then that's after Skills comes back. So I'm like, did Mouth technically cheat with Lauren because they were together and then now she doesn't want to be his rebound? She doesn't want him to lose his best friend? I just didn't like the whole entire thing.
Also, now I'm just realizing about that scene. When Skills walked in, he said, "Hey, baby." How did he know she was at his apartment? Like, it wasn't like he was going to her apartment.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
I just realized that. I was like, wait a minute. I was
His
like,
baby, I'm home.
yeah. I'm like, now unless he's calling Mouth baby.
Which, I mean.
Knowing Skills, I mean, that wouldn't be too far off because they play around like that. But, but yeah, like he literally walked in as if like he knew Lauren was there.
Gonna be there.
How would he know for it?
That's a good point.
because she even said she didn't know he was coming. It's not like he said, "Oh, I'm coming home," and then she was over there waiting for him, and then something with her that happened in the midst of dating.
Yeah.
Like, that would've made more sense, but now that I think about it, I'm like, "Yeah, then why did they write that scene like that?"
And I also no offense to the, woman who plays Lauren, because actually I like Miss Lauren.
Mhm.
I don't know how she got connected to Brooke and Quinn enough to go to Puerto Rico. Like, her and
Yes.
Quinn weren't like, how did she
Yeah.
end up on that? And they seemed like they were so bonded and had, like, such a good time. I was like,
They definitely made
"When
it
did you
seem
guys hang out?"
it definitely made it seem more like on that trip, like, she was talking more with Finn, but again, like, when did that interaction happen? Like, we needed to see that
Yes.
happen. Like, Lauren's just been around.
Lauren didn't go to the if Lauren was at the bachelorette party, I could maybe see, like, "Oh, Lauren's super fun, let's bring her on the," but for her, it
Yeah.
just felt super random.
Yeah. No, it did. It again, that just felt like they needed an episode where, like, all the guys were together, so now we're gonna send all the
All the
girls.
girls.
But then, like, Lauren also didn't need to be a part of it. She wasn't a main cast member. Like, you don't need to have her on
Yeah,
for
I
a
didn't
recurring
understand why she
as
was
a
there.
recurring character there. Like, but I did find it funny when she got drunk and she was sending the selfies and the pictures and then she
Do we remember don't they allude that it could have been to a few different people?
well, so she was trying to send it to Skills. So she was like, who they kind of played a joke on, like, who's next to him at her phone, and I took it as, like, Skolnick, like, Skills Skolnick, so, like, I thought maybe, like,
Oh,
it could
like
have
she
gone
could
to,
have Chuck?
like, Chuck or somebody in his family or something, I don't know, like, I just my brain went there, I don't think that's where it was meant to go, but that's just what I but, yeah, they kinda just left that like a
Hanging.
mystery, but it would've been funny if it went to somebody like like a Junk or Fergie or like, that would've been funny, like, if it
Yeah,
went to one
I got pictures of your girl.
yeah. Um, you touched on Kellerman. That storyline was yeah, it was like, it was okay, it was fine.
I liked August's storyline. I liked the instructor storyline. I don't give preferential treatment to sports players. Nathan has to step up and earn it and
That
do
was
it.
my high, that Nathan was determined to
Yes, to go to school and to finish and to not let this guy get in his way and prove him wrong. I loved all of that.
yeah,
The whole entire bit with his son and the car crash and all of that, I didn't like any of that.
yeah. You know what would've been crazy? Um, but again, I think this would have had to have happened at an earlier time, is if it was, if the person who hit the car was, like, say, like, when Millie was, like, still on, like, her drunken benders,
Hmm.
and it ended up being, like, her who hit the car, and then she panicked and didn't know who the people were, and, like, that would've been a crazy storyline, but again, she was already past that. So
Yeah.
it's like, I don't know, it just yeah, some of
I mean, it was a nice plot twist to, like, find out that it that's his son,
yeah.
it was him,
Mhm.
and piecing it together. I liked when they, like, confronted him about it. But yeah, I wasn't a huge fan of that particular storyline,
Yeah.
but
I agree. The only thing I liked from that storyline was, like you said, like, Nathan was determined, he wanted to finish the schooling, get it done, and, like, do it well, like, he wasn't just gonna half-ass it, and then, um but something else I wrote about Nathan is just the maturity of the scene of where he was coming to terms with, like, leaving basketball. Um, there's so many times where I think athletes are, like, afraid to hang it up, and it's like, don't be afraid of it, like, let your legacy be your legacy and move on, because if you don't, you're gonna end it too late, and then you're gonna be a
or
joke,
you
and then
risk hurting yourself really, really
exactly.
badly, like, listening to your I liked that he says, I got my second chance, I lived my second chance.
Yep.
I need to be done now."
He's like, "It's time for me to, like, be at home and be with my family."
I didn't love, like, Clay's shooting was the reason, like, he decided to hang it up or whatever, like, that seemed a little weird to me. It's fine to be
Yes.
done and to be listening to your body.
I think he could have explained it better. I think he
Yes.
could have been like, "That was really eye-opening for me to reevaluate where I'm
Yes. Not just like, "You got shot, I need to be here for you."
yeah,
Uh,
and that explanation could have been
what?
I agree.
Start over.
We said the storm episode again, I mean, that episode just in general was great. Anytime there's a really dramatic episode, One Tree Hill usually delivers. I mean, it's very rare that they don't deliver on a
Yes.
dramatic episode, so
Man, the storm, that was
Yeah.
That was it.
That was a great episode. Finding out Jana Kramer could sing was a super high for me. I did not know she could sing like that.
She didn't know she could sing. Have you seen the clip of her explaining how all that happened?
No.
She was on an interview with something and she talked about, like, she had jokingly done, like, a competition or whatever,
Yeah.
and then that's how they got wind of it. Like, so they didn't know she could sing either. And then they heard her and they're like, "Oh, well, you're gonna start singing in the show, and then you're gonna leave the show to go on tour." And she wishes that she would have stayed on the show.
Yeah. But I mean, she's fantastic. She's super talented. So I really enjoyed that. Um, Brooke getting pregnant was a like a tearjerker for me. Yay, Brooke! She's getting her family.
Yes.
And then I wrote Haley reopening Karen's Cafe. Thought that was great. I okay, so I liked that they reopened it. I wish they though. I wish she would have said like I wanted to reopen Karen's Cafe, but like I wanted them to rename it something else.
Oh, why?
I don't know. I just felt like because like Karen's not like a part of it. Inspired it, yes, but like
Yeah, but that's the iconic thing, like, we're reopening Karen's Cafe.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know. There's just something about
Maybe if Clothes Over Bros hadn't been in it first,
yeah,
and, like, it still, like, was the bones of Karen's Cafe, and then they
yes.
reopened it that
Like I think it
way.
needed to be nostalgic of like, yes, this was Karen's Cafe, but it almost needed to feel like I don't know. I don't know what it was.
Oh, interesting. I didn't mind. I loved that they reopened it, and that's
Okay.
kept Karen's Cafe. They're wrapping up the series. I gotta bring up the
Yeah, I mean
nostalgia.
everybody.
I was mad that it didn't look like Karen's Cafe, but
Maybe that's why I felt off about it too because
it was a brand new cafe.
that's what I'm just saying. It just well, no, because think about when they redid the cafe though when Deb took over. It did kind of look a little more reminiscent of that.
That's the Karen's Cafe I think of when I think of Karen's Cafe.
See, when I think of Karen's Cafe, I think of season one and how it felt more
Just
moody and
and
like with
homey.
the live artists and like when Deb kind of took it over with the whole trick seasons, like that felt a little bit more trendy to me. So then like
Then it got uber trendy in the remodel.
yes.
Yeah.
And then when they then reopened it, I guess it was almost as if like you took those two versions, married them together, and then that was what the new Karen's Cafe was. But I don't know. I
It also didn't feel like Karen's. Like you said, it was homey and moody, but every time they walked into that part of the set, it was like they lived in a big city and they were trying to capture a small town feel, like, "Hi, Haley. Hi, Brooke." And I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I love that." It didn't feel like a small town cafe anymore.
it didn't. And so then I was like, I don't know. There was something about it. I just didn't. I didn't. I loved it. I loved the idea. I didn't like the name of it being Karen's Cafe. I don't know why. I don't know. But what else would they would have called it? I don't know.
Yeah.
Like you put their initials
And was
together.
Karen's Cafe, like, that iconic in the town that, like, people would, "Oh, Karen's Cafe is coming back."
But that's what I'm saying. At that point, like so many people had like moved on. At that point, like
Yeah.
these, I just don't think people would have correlated it than being the original
Karen's
Karen's.
Cafe.
Yeah, it just didn't make sense.
That's fair.
I don't know. That's my hot take. That's a hot take for today.
That is a hot take.
And then the finale episode, I wrote it as a high. What the heck happened in the finale? I don't know.
Hold. I'll have a look. Haley and Brooke prepare to reopen Karen's Cafe. Nathan and Clay travel in search of new clients. Alex and Chuck are disappointed after Chase leaves for the Air Force, and Mouth and Millie start their new morning show together. Brooke gives birth to the twin boys, Davis and Jude, and Nathan also goes to visit Dan.
I don't know why I wrote it as a high though.
I don't know why you wrote it as a high either.
Maybe I just wrote it as like because again they just tied everything together at the end, and maybe that's why I wrote it. I don't know. There was nothing. I didn't write any extra notes on it, so I found it as a high. Don't know why, viewers. I apologize. Slacking on season 8. This is like the first time I'm slacking. I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
Interesting.
Now I'm going back to Karen's Cafe. I would really want to figure out like what could they have called it if it wasn't going to be called Karen's Cafe. I kind of want to come up with a name. Let's rename it.
I mean, they could have done like Raven's Grill or like done something with Whitey or
Or like even Raven's Diner.
yeah, or River Court Cafe. Like it could have just been something different.
Oh, I like River Court Cafe. But was it close to? It was close to the river. Yeah, that's right.
I mean, in real life or in the show? Because in the show they were close together. In real life, they're not. They're close-ish. When you're at Karen's Cafe, you can look out and see the river and see Battlefield Park on the other side. In the show, it made it seem like, he could run from the river court to Karen's Cafe, like around the corner almost, with the school being on the other side. Like, it did feel very close together in the show.
Honestly, even Tree Hill Cafe would have been.
Yeah.
Or you could have literally called it
One Tree Hill Cafe.
One Tree Hill Cafe. It's the only Tree Hill that exists. One Tree Hill.
Yep.
I mean,
There's only one Tree Hill and it's your home.
yeah, that's just can't get over it.
I feel like I want to watch the last episode
of why
it was a high. Maybe because Brooke has her babies.
Maybe because that's literally what they had to. However, though, they didn't really explain. I don't think that there was like a time jump there because I'm like she was pregnant like midway through the season and then boom, she's giving birth at the end of the season. Did they explain that?
That is very strange because you're right. Episode 20.
The finale definitely jumped ahead.
Yes.
Like a time jump. It wasn't like a huge time jump. It was just enough to we got to wrap this up. Because we don't know if we're coming back for another season, I think.
Yes, because episode 20, like I was saying, Chase asks Alex to take a drug test for him. Quinn gets an offer to shoot in Puerto Rico. Brooke finds out that she's pregnant. So all that happens in 20. And then 21 is they camp out at the river court to protect that bird. And then the girls are in Puerto Rico while Haley's working on updating Karen's Cafe. And then I think, like you said, there is a little bit of a time jump. Because there's also, I feel like in episode 21.
That's going to take some months.
Yeah, it's going to take some months. But then also in 21, there's the girls head to Puerto Rico, but there is an episode where they're tracking Brooke's pregnant with her pregnancy with the shadow, her belly on the wall. Mm-hmm. So there's that. So there is a progression of time.
They're showing that time is elapsing, but they're just not showing everything that led up to it. Okay. I must have been looking away from the screen or something at that point because I was like, wait a minute. I was like, she was literally just in Mexico. She just got out.
Yes, there is a definite time jump either in 21 or 22 progressively where they're tracking her pregnancy on the wall. We only have one more season after this.
What are we going to do? We'll come up.
I mean, we've only so far talked about the season's highs and lows. This is high level overview stuff. So there's tons of content that we can dig into.
Not even about the show. I mean, about the show, but also maybe outside of the show, maybe diving into some of these actors, story, things about them that we could talk about.
Yeah.
But there's also so many other shows and movies that we love that we can talk about, share our opinions. Maybe you guys agree, don't agree. I don't know. Guys.
All right, guys.
We will see you next time.
Bye, friends.
Bye, friends.